Hello everybody, it's Steve Katsikaris, Norland, Coboconk, Watchdog. You can see I got this warrant for arrest up on my computer screen here. And the reason why I'm going over this is to show people that if you're a community watchdog like I am, or you're an activist, this is how you can go over the paperwork when you get disclosure. So never get a lawyer, take the case yourself if you're an activist, and go through the paperwork. I'm going to show you now how the York Regional Police, done by Detective Jim Kilby, who's the chief of homicide, who I have on the record saying he's investigating me because no one's been murdered yet. Okay, so that's the proof that homicide's trying to kill me, and now I'm going to go over this warrant with you and prove how cops are falsifying judges' court orders and showing with their own handwriting how they're doing this. So, you can see here, this is warrant for arrest with optional authorization to enter a dwelling. It looks pretty official, eh? But let's start going through this. And you can see here, I'm a student. They got me down as unemployed, so there's one thing on here. They don't want to say that I'm a student at Ryerson. They got the city rate. That was in Toronto when I was arrested at Ryerson University campus for seeing a doctor about nightmares. This is what's crazy about it. But now we're going to read what they put to get an arrest warrant from a judge. Now, get ready for this. This is absolutely hilarious because everybody watches cop shows, right? Okay, so keep that in mind when we go through this. All right, so Stephen Katsikaris, that's little old me, did verbally means knowingly utter a threat to cause death to who? Paul Martin. No, I didn't. Contrary to section 26411 of the criminal code. Okay, they're going to get a warrant on this. Well, if you take a look here, I put in my own little thing here, no time or place. They're trying to keep the whole place out. They didn't want to say that I was arrested at Ryerson University at the medical center seeing Dr. Hogarth, who made an error, or I don't know what the heck she did, but I didn't threaten a single human being that day, on November 18th, and that's when I was in her office, and I put that there. So you got to put the date and time. So that means the cops are watching me a year or two before this even happened, and they're using homicide, and I got some proof about that too. So talk about pre-crime. Now let's go through this warrant here, and I'm just going to show you some more stuff here that they screwed up on, the legality of it all. After being a pilot for 12 years, as I mentioned before in my other video, I should have realized this, and now I just discovered the damage here. So now, if you take a look here, there's 3:39 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. That's when the cops can authorize to go into someone's house. And you can see here it's for the 27th day. So that was 1 week later that I went home with no charges from the hospital. All right. And the cops come in my house with this warrant. Now, it gets better. Now, if you take a look down here, this is where it's not legal. See, 27th day, November. Okay, year 2015, town, Newmarket. And you know what? Let's take a look here. Yeah, I just didn't go far enough over. So there you go. Town, Newmarket. Sorry, the town of Newmarket is not a courthouse. You actually have to put down Superior Court of Justice, 50 Eagle Street, town of Newmarket. So incomplete, right there. So that's how the cops like to play games. And now, if you take a look over here, says judge. There we go. He's got it marked off as a judge or justice. I guess he's doing it as a justice of the peace. But you're neither, Mr. Kilby. That's Jim Kilby of Homicide Unit writing his own warrant for my arrest. Now take a look at that signature just for a moment. Put it in your head. So this is not a legal judge. This person is totally unidentifiable. You don't know if it's a Judge Smith, Judge Sam, even Jim Kilby. He didn't put his name there. He just did what I call the Bugs Bunny X, or loops, which are quite distinguishable. It's kind of like looking at a silhouette of a MiG. All right. Now, keep that in your mind there, that little signature. It's going to get good here. All right. So you can see now I'm going through the paperwork and just discovering what the cops are doing to go after a person that's trying to warn people about all the wrongdoing in our community. All right. So now here's the third page. Once again, this day of. All right, so they just put a little rubber stamp there to kind of make it look official, but no year. You got to put the year down. And once again, you can't put the town of Newmarket. You got to put Superior Court of Justice, 50 Eagle Street. Everything has to be here. All right, so this is Jim Kilby, Detective Mr. Homicide. Once again, doing his little Bugs Bunny X. We don't know who this person is. I'm the one that put Jim Kilby here because I know it's him. And you can see, you don't see a judge's name here. It's unidentifiable. It's just a bunch of little swirls. All right, so you got to see the person's name printed, then signed. That's when it's legal. When I used to do logbooks, you have to print your name, then do the signing beside it to make it a legal document. And take a look here. Didn't we go over this before? Look at that, all blank. This side is for the arrest, as I mentioned before. Okay, there it is here, arrest. See that word? Arrest. All right, and the only person that can do that is not a justice of the peace, folks. It's got to be a judge. That's a red sash. It's got to sign it, date it, all that stuff's got to be there. Then when I went to prison and got out, you can see this is for the release. At least the Durham Regional Police got their release side filled out at least. Not right, but at least they tried, the dummies. There it is there, release. And once again, no justice of the peace or a judge, nothing. So there you go. There's the smoking gun evidence. The cops, they're falsifying court documents, and that's the endorsement. And what the endorsement does is that's the legal paperwork that makes everything come together so you can be arrested in your own house. This needs to be filled out. Neither side was filled out. Okay? All right, so now we got on that one. Last page here. And now we're going to prove it's Mr. Jim Kilby. Kilby, you're in a lot of trouble under the Police Services Act. You're getting involved in politics, and now you're getting burned. Yeah, you should have known better. But that's what happens when you listen to people like Tim Kelly. I guess you can blame him. Now, take a look at this. This is York Regional Police logo. This is from their police station here. Notice to accused regarding cell area. Okay, this is just a simple document, but you'll see why I put this in here to match things up. Bingo. Take a look at that. Office of the Crown Attorney, Judicial District of York Region, 50 Eagle Street, West, Newmarket, Ontario, L3Y6B1. And even the phone number's there. Was that on the warrant? No, but this is just the cell video. All right, this is just to get the cell video. But you can see they do their paperwork sometimes right, and the other time they screw up, and that's Jim Kilby. Now let's take a look at Jim Kilby. Look at those lovely little loops right there. And guess who it is? Jim Kilby, Detective Sergeant. And that's just getting the cell block stuff. So who's the detective now, Jim Kilby? I can prove that you forged the judge's signature, you didn't have an endorsement, and now, with the cell block video, I can prove it's you with your signature. You're busted. And I'm a politician in this community in Norland, Coboconk, City of Kawartha Lakes. You knocked me out of the election by working with York Regional Police and police provocateurs. And we're going to show some more stuff that you've done in my next video. But I just thought I'd put this up and show everybody some of the malicious stuff that's happening with the police going around working with courthouses, putting people through mock trials, and then when I go through the paperwork, it's all illegal and I don't exist anywhere in case law. Now you know why I want to see if I can be on a jury or not. Boy, I'm just as curious as everybody else. Am I a criminal or not? No, I'm not. I'm a crime fighter. And I caught a lot of people in government doing naughty things, and the cops, you're busted too, and you fell on your own sword with this paperwork. So anyways, I'm putting this up on YouTube, and hey everybody, hang in there. Eventually justice will prevail, and hey, take a look at a guy by the name of Marshall McLuhan. He's actually a Canadian philosopher. He's the one in 1968 that predicted the internet. Yeah, I think he said it, the message is the medium, meaning we'll be a global village, a small world of electronics. Yeah, and we're seeing that now with YouTube. You can cover things up in the courthouse, but when you give these documents that are completely illegal, well, I think it's pretty obvious. And all people want is a just court system, jury trials, real criminals go to jail, whistleblowers do not go to jail. They should be applauded and not treated like this. This is ridiculous. So anyways, I'm putting this up on YouTube, and stay tuned to my next video. I'll have a lot more coming. Take care everybody, and so long.